It's March 1994. The McGlashans and their team are back on Lake Girden in South Australia.
Yeah, it's got to be a bit scary going the other way, mate.
After the failure of their previous attempts, they are hopeful this time Lady Luck will smile on them.
Yeah, right to that. 10 minutes, Pete.
But historically, the odds are stacked against them. The last time a land speed record was set in Australia was more than 30 years ago in 1963, when Englishman Donald Campbell set the Australian land speed record at 640 kilometres, that's 403 miles an hour. The rules for setting a world land speed record are quite simple. Basically, you travel through a measured mile in one direction, turn around and return within an hour. Then an average speed is taken. But of course, when you're travelling at close to the speed of sound, then you need a track longer than a mile. This one is 22 kilometres, that's 14 miles long. It's about the same size as Manhattan Island in New York. Now, the reason for this is to give Rosco McGlashan enough room so as he can build up his speed to go through the measured mile as fast as he possibly can, but also so that when he reaches the other end, he's got enough room to stop. McGlashan's strategy for breaking the world land speed record was to do it in stages, to make it seem like a Sunday drive. His first step, an assault on Donald Campbell's Australian land speed record.
That looked really spectacular, looked really beautiful.
It had been almost too easy.
Okay, Roscoe, we've got an unofficial CAMS time on the kilometre, mate, at 707 kilometres per hour.
All he had to do was a similar speed in the other direction, and the Australian land speed record would be his.
It's a walk in the park, matey.
Okay, let's go, eh?
Okay, all you got to do is keep it down the line and we're off and running.
But then, things began to go wrong. 3 kilometres ahead of him was a thin sheet of water. No problems, until his parachutes ripped off. McGlashan was in trouble as Aussie Invader 2 hit the water at more than 500 kilometres an hour. Rosco McGlashan knew the car was damaged, but he wasn't worried.
Oh, man. Good on you, Don. Good work, mate. Good work, thanks.
As far as he and the crew were concerned, the Australian record was in the bag.
Yeah, not a problem, mate. We're just saying we probably set a water speed record too, mate, so...
But there was bad news waiting for him.
Good. You heard the news? Mate, we didn't get a time on the return trip. The 10k timer didn't trip. Eagle went out.
He gets down and in the dumps for probably about 5 or 10 minutes after disappointment, and then he's back again. The determination of the guy is boundless.